We caught up with Amanda Seyfried and her co-star Finn Wittrock to talk about their upcoming indie drama, A Mouthful of Air. It is such a beautifully done film, and it's a unique one in that the author, Amy Koppelman, who wrote the book that the film's based off of, also wrote the screenplay and directed this film as her directorial debut. So I have to know from both of you, is it a different experience, one, working with a new director, but also working with a director who is so close to the source material and to the story that you're telling?
Yeah.
It could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
It could have been a disaster. She was a really good leader.
Mhm.
And even though it was her first time, she didn't direct like a director. She directed like a human being, desperate to tell a story a certain way. And I
she
think
had it all. She knew
Yeah.
every single detail. I mean, like that apartment, I feel like she was like hand drawing stuff on the
Yep.
walls.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
He taught me how to draw Pinky. It was like kind of really hard. I had to practice a lot. I mean, she spent I don't know how many hours drawing
Yeah.
all the book from the movie.
She
And then
made
we
the
ended
book.
up
Yeah.
it was I mean,
Yeah.
she is the most hands-on director ever. But she also trusted us to do what we needed to do. It was a really, really collaborative, healthy
Very
experience. Telling a story that's, heavy and important.
And because this is a really heavy film that deals with very real issues like depression, postpartum depression, I want to know your take from both of you on what was it like having to dive that deeply into characters to like that, to where you can really communicate what's going on without even saying a word. Amanda, I want to start with you.
It's tricky playing scenes that you feel like that you connect to that closely, and it's difficult to play scenes that reflect what so many women are going through, so many couples, so many parents, so many people in general. Like when you're just, if we're going to generalize it completely, mental illness, it's a hard thing to battle, as a partner of someone suffering or someone suffering yourself. It's just hard, and it's a spectrum of complexity, and so remembering that it's like we are making this movie because we think that it can change just one person's perspective, and also like the fact that people have to go through this. It's just hard, and I've had to portray some moments that I've struggled with myself, and like the panic attack scene, and it's hard, but sometimes the hardest stuff you get the greatest kind of release, and also the benefits of it could run for miles, and so it's worth it.
A Mouthful of Air, starring Amanda Seyfried and Finn Wittrock, opens in theaters October 29th.